I wrote this about going away to college, and originally I didn't intend for it to be two different EPs. I intended for it to be one album. So the way that's written is it's intended to be a journey in multiple ways. 3 a.m., I'm at my dorm room, then roadway, highway, down here is kind of telling the story of driving back to my hometown from college. And so that's kind of like the surface level writing. But on a kind of deeper level, without going too much into the lyrics, because I kind of want to leave those interpretational. 3 a.m., roadway, highways, this is all kind of discussing like, I'm lost, I'm confused, I'm trying to find my place in the world, what, the meaning of everything is, trying to find myself. And the way that I'm doing that is I'm trying to travel back to my childhood. And so what I'm hoping to get out of that is to kind of return to an era in which things made more sense and they were simpler. The interlude here is the turning point of the piece because it starts off happy, excited to get back home, and then as it continues, it becomes a little more dissonant, unhappy, uneasy, etc. Kind of showing that, maybe going home isn't exactly the way that you thought it would be. And then it goes forward into Bildungsroman, which is kind of saying like, well, if you want to go home and you want to go back to that kind of childlike state, here's all the stuff that, you didn't really address from your childhood, all the stuff you kind of got to dig up and go through and deal with before you can go back to that kind of state. And so that's kind of what you're left with at the end of the piece, is that there are a lot of things that you still need to address from your home that you're kind of ignoring and whatnot. And so going into Mythology 2, which is going to be coming out soonish, it's going to be kind of going into, those actual things and addressing some of them and dealing with some of them and processing them. And so I just felt like it was easier to split that into its own kind of section, and that it fit better emotionally for that to be its own separate thing compared to the kind of you're in college, you don't really understand yourself, you don't know who you are, you're trying to find yourself, etc. part.